With nearly everything around us becoming more intelligent and technologically advanced by the day, it was only a matter of time before standard household products also become intelligent. Now, devices can transform any residence into a house of the future right out of a Hollywood film. But more significantly, these devices are not only cool looking, they are actually incredibly beneficial in everyday life. In this video, we will showcase top 10 incredible smart home devices that are worth buying. If you don't want to miss any of these incredible innovations, keep watching the video. Number 1. Nuki Smart Lock 3.0. In 2023, you can manage almost everything with your smartphone, but doors have traditionally required manual operation. However, this may no longer be the case. The Nuki Smart Lock is an electronic lock that can be installed on any door. By sensing your smartphone or smartwatch, this smart lock will automatically unlock any gate when you approach it. Nevertheless, if you require an additional layer of protection, you can restrict unlocking to a smartphone app. Overall, this is really beneficial and convenient for nearly everyone. Additionally, Nuki keeps track of how many individuals have entered and exited a single door, which may be unlocked remotely if guests arrive. Number 2. Ring Flying Cam. It is nearly difficult to install the ideal home security camera because blind spots will always exist. The Ring has been a market leader in home security cameras for over a decade, and their most recent model may be their best. This silent drone practically flies about your home in search of intruders and threats. If you're away from home, you can control it remotely and send it wherever you want, and it will always return to its platform after you're done with it. You can program a daily flight path for the drone for everyday use, but remember that control is always in your hands. It will make your home safer and more technologically advanced. Number 3. Color Connect. Where do you experience the most peace in your home? It's probably your shower. Nothing is more relaxing than taking a long, warm shower while singing, contemplating, or simply unwinding. However, what if your showers could be even more comfortable? What if they were intelligent because of a color connection? It might be possible. The Color Connect includes all bathroom appliances that can be accessed directly from a smartphone, including an intelligent shower with electric access to heating pressure and everything else imaginable, as well as an elegant bathtub, toilet, bathroom mirror sink, and much more. All of this requires only one smartphone app. With this application, you can connect every aspect of your bathroom. Each jet may be adjusted with a simple tap on display. Number 4. Couch Coaster. There is no need for all smart home gadgets to be technologically advanced. Sometimes, even the simplest devices can be helpful. The coziest elements of our home are the couches. You definitely spend a great lot of time watching television and unwinding on your couch. However, couches have one disadvantage. There is nowhere to place a drink. The Couch Coaster will place a drink holder on any sofas, couches, or other seating, so you will never have to worry about it again. Simply wrap the coaster around the armrest of any chair and it will adhere securely. You will never again be concerned about spilling a drink. Number 5. E-board table. If you have a single table where you study, work, or do almost anything else, you have to worry about positioning the table directly next to a power outlet, a luxury many of us do not have. However, the e-board table solves all of these issues. This table's entire surface may function as a wireless charger, but where does its power come from? This table can be powered by any ambient light in the room. It generates renewable energy and charges your electronic gadgets. Number 6. Halo Falls. Creating the right mood and ambience in your home is easier than done, but happily, several devices can assist you in doing so. However, none of them perform a better job than the Halo Falls. This device combines elements from various other devices to create an all-in-one masterpiece for any mood. The most noticeable feature is its waterfall, which not only looks fantastic but also calms you down. It also contains a mood lamp that creates the ideal lighting conditions for any occasion and Bluetooth speakers that can be connected up to 30 feet away. Number 7. Roka Smart Shower. The Roka Smart Shower isn't the only smart shower on the market, but it's the most user-friendly and stands out the most from the competitors. To use, just fasten it to the inside of your shower's wall. The large touchscreen lets you easily adjust the water temperature, water pressure, and shower jets. More advanced users can even manage the gadget with a companion app on their smartphone. In fact, you don't even need to go into the bathroom to turn on the shower. Number 8. Cell Garden. There is nothing better than veggies cultivated in one's own garden. Not only is gardening a fun exercise, but the food you grow is often more nutritious than the store-bought stuff. However, not everyone has the space for a garden, so one company designed the Cell Garden. This miniature indoor garden can be placed any place in your home. The Cell Garden acts as a storage space for all gardening materials. It consists of 3 stages: soaking and germinating seeds, giving them life, and finally, growing them. There are temperature and humidity controlled spaces where you can participate to your heart's content. Cell Garden pods with non-GMO seeds that will flourish in the Cell Garden are also available for purchase. Number 9. iVac Home Touchless Stationary Vacuum. When cleaning your home, do you typically sweep everything under the rug using dustpans and everything else that may be carried? On top of that, only some have the time to vacuum the house or even set up a robot vacuum for some tiny specks of dirt. That's why the iVac Touchless Stationary Vacuum is the perfect gadget for anyone who wants a cleaner home. This vacuum stays in one spot in your house, and all you have to do is sweep the dirt in front of it and it'll automatically suck it up. No more having to manually vacuum the house or set up a robot vacuum. Number 10. Zero. The average American household produces more than 18 pounds of waste daily, or over 3.2 tons yearly. Most waste is deposited in landfills, which is detrimental to our world. What if there was a way to transform waste into something useful? The Zera makes it possible. Zera is simply a trash can, but it is capable of much more than collecting trash. You can toss your food leftovers into Zera and it will convert them into compost automatically. This compost can be utilized to develop different edible plants. You can even use it in your own garden, but if you prefer to dispose of it, there will be no mess or environmental impact. It benefits all interested parties. And that completes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed learning the 10 incredible smart home devices that are worth buying. Which of them would you like to purchase? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content such as this.